Hello everyone, welcome back to Sydney and Starlet, and if you are new here,
Wake up.
welcome! Enjoy the
videos.
So today, me and Sydney are going to be reading Disney Pixar
Wake.
Brave. So let's begin. Long ago, in the misty Scottish Highlands, a spirited girl named Merida entered the throne room. She was the Princess of Dunbrook and lived in the castle with her triplet brothers and her parents, King Fergus and Queen Eleanor. But in her mother's eyes, Merida wasn't a proper princess. Queen Eleanor wanted her daughter to learn things a princess should know, but Merida was easily distracted. The princess was far happier in the forest on her horse, Angus, shooting arrows that always hit their target. One night, a letter arrived at the queen's invitation. 3 clans were bringing suitors to compete for the right to marry the princess. Merida was horrified. "I won't go through with it," she shouted. Later, Eleanor tried explaining that the marriage would keep peace among the clans. She told Merida a story of a kingdom divided among 4 brothers. When one selfish prince split from the others, the kingdom fell into ruin. Merida didn't care about the made-up old stories. "Legends are lessons," the queen warned. "They ring with truths." Soon the clans arrived. The firstborn of each clan would compete for the hand of the princess. It was Merida's duty to choose the game. "I choose archery," she announced. The 3 contestants tried their luck. The first 2 missed the bullseye, but the 3rd contestant hit it perfectly. Then the 4th contestant appeared. "I am Merida, firstborn descendant of Clan Dunbrook," declared the princess, "and I'll be shooting from my own hand." Thwap, thwap, thwap. Merida hit all 3 bullseyes, splitting the last arrow in 2. Queen Eleanor was furious. Worried that Merida's actions would destroy the peace among the clans, the queen dragged her daughter inside. "Merida, you are a princess, and I expect you to act like one," shouted Queen Eleanor. But Merida was angry too. She didn't want to get married. "You're a beast," Merida shouted back. "I'll never be like you." Then the princess slashed the family tapestry, splitting the images of herself and her mother. Sobbing, Merida ran out of the castle and galloped away on Angus. Deep in the forest, she spotted blue lights that contained tiny figures, wisps. The princess followed the magical creatures to a small cottage. It was the cottage of a witch. Merida asked for a spell. "If I could just change my mom, then my life would be better." The witch held up a ring that a prince had once swapped with her in exchange for a spell to give him the strength of 10 men. "He was forever changed," the witch warned Merida. That was exactly what Merida wanted. So the witch put a bit of this and a slash of that into a cauldron and made a cake. By the time Merida returned, her father was entertaining the clans inside the castle. In the kitchen, Merida convinced her mother to try a bite of the spell cake. Afterwards, Eleanor felt dizzy, so Merida helped her mother upstairs. The princess wondered if the spell was working. The spell worked, but not the way Merida expected. Though her mother was still Eleanor inside, outside, she was a giant bear. Merida had to help the queen escape because King Fergus hated bears, having lost his leg to the demon bear Mordu. With her brother's help, Merida sneaked the queen out through the kitchen. Help yourself to anything you want as a reward, she called to the triplets. The queen and the princess returned to the cottage, but the witch had left. Instead, Merida found a message. Fates be changed, look inside, mends the bond torn by pride. The princess didn't know what it meant, but the message also said that she had only until the second sunrise to change her mother back, or the spell would be permanent. That night, they slept in the forest. In the morning, Merida showed the queen how to fish. For the first time in a long time, the two had fun together. Later, they spotted the wisps. The creatures led them to an ancient ruins marked with the same symbol that had been on the ring the witch had shown Merida. Merida bravely entered and found a tablet of 4 princes on the floor of the throne room. As in the legend that her mother had told her, one prince was split from the others. Just like the tapestry, Merida whispered, remembering how she had separated herself from her mother when she slashed it. Perhaps if she mended the tapestry, the witch's spell would be broken. Suddenly, the demon bear, Mordu, emerged from the darkness. This place was his home. Merida realized he was the ancient prince who had wished for strength, and the witch's spell had turned him into a bear too. Mordu chased them. Merida and her mother just managed to escape. In order to mend the tapestry, Merida and Eleanor Bear had to sneak back into the castle. But when the clansmen saw Merida, they demanded an answer. Whom would she marry? Merida looked to her mother, who had managed to hide. Silently, Eleanor Bear motioned the words Merida should speak. They should all be free to follow their hearts, explained the brave princess, and find love in their own time, she added. The clans agreed. Now that the clans were happy, Merida and her mother slipped away to find the torn tapestry. But King Fergus found them first. He wouldn't listen to his daughter's story, and Eleanor Bear had to flee. King Fergus locked Merida in a room to protect her from the bear while he went after it. He gave the key to a servant named Maudie. Luckily, Merida had help from her brothers, who had turned into bear cubs when they had eaten the rest of the spell cake left in the kitchen. They managed to startle Maudie and were able to get the key to free Merida. Her father and the clansmen chased Eleanor Bear into the forest. Merida and her brothers followed them on Angus, with the cubs steering and Merida sewing the tapestry. They arrived in the clearing just in time for Merida to stop her father from striking Eleanor Bear. Just then, the demon bear Mordu burst through the trees and lunged at Merida, but Eleanor Bear protected her daughter. A huge stone fell on Mordu, and the bear turned into a wisp. The ancient prince was finally free. Merida threw the mended tapestry over her mother, hoping to change her back, but nothing happened. Merida realized her mother might be a bear forever. "I want you back, Mummy," cried the princess. "I love you." As the sun started to rise, Merida looked up and saw her mother. The spell had been broken. Even the triplets had become human again. "You've changed," Merida exclaimed happily. "Oh, darling, we both have," answered Eleanor. It was true. Though they were still different, mother and daughter saw the strength in each other and wouldn't change a thing. Their bond was now stronger than ever. As they watched the clans sail back home, Merida smiled. As long as she was brave enough, her fate would always be something that she could decide. That is the end, but not quite. It looks like there's a maze here. Highland Home. Merida's home may be a castle, but after she turns her mother into a bear, the princess knows they must both escape before King Fergus finds them. Point to the right path that will lead Merida and Eleanor Bear out of the castle. All right, let me try this. So start, go here, let's go here, and then let's go right here, and then up here, here. Let's go around here, and then we finish. There we go. The end. So that is it for today, everyone. We really hope you all enjoyed it, and we will see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Pick out your favorite page. Sydney actually looks like Merida. She has the red curly hair and the bright blue eyes. That's a very good page. I like this one. Who's your favorite character?
Wait.
Merida?
Okay.
Merida. Bye-bye.
Wait.
Brave. Bye-bye.